Hello, I'm Marissa Cranis, and I'm coming to you from the Salesforce World Tour in New York City, and I'm here with Chef José Andrés. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're so excited to have you here and to hear all about how you went from being this amazing chef to adding some other great things onto your list of accomplishments: humanitarian, Nobel Peace Prize nominee. Wow. How do your values and your upbringing really lead to how you lead and what you've done with your life?
Yeah, well, the Nobel part, I don't know. Somebody filtered that out there, but I'm humbled by it, but I don't have a clue if it's true or not. So let's leave that there.
Okay.
But in my case, I think all my life, I'm one more boy. My father, my mother, they were nurses. And so I got the opportunity to go very often to see them at the hospital, and I always saw how the nurses in Spain and around the world, they seem always to be doing more than what their job entitles. Sometimes when they give a smile to a patient, when they help somebody to open a door, because it's like those nurses, they are always going beyond their duty. So I guess very early on in my life, I saw the value of going beyond your duty. So I'm a cook, I feed the few, but I realized that with these two hands, I can also be part of feeding the many. We all have that talent, we all have that opportunity, that what we know should not only be able to help us do our task, our job, but if we think about it, probably we can go beyond that and be helpful in ways we never imagined. We only need to find that fire within us to do it, and then if you want to, just go and do it, because you have that talent.
Well, a lot of the places you've gone to have been right after natural disasters. It takes a lot more than just the possibility. It took bravery. What did it take for you? What really made you go in?
Well, I'm not very brave because, for example, I'm afraid of sharks. I became a scuba diver because I was afraid of them, but not because I was brave.
I'd call you brave now then.
It's because I was afraid. Now I swim with them, but it still is out of fear, not out of bravery. I think we all have probably the same opportunity to always be doing this. Going to natural disasters for me became a great way to put my understanding of cooking at the service of others. But I realized that we are able to go anywhere and be successful because we are about software. We are not about hardware. If we have hardware, it means we have properties that they are physical. It means we need to move food trucks, kitchens, gas. This can take days, if not weeks, to position. If all of a sudden we bring with us software, which is some of us, our bodies, we arrive, and then we are able to adapt to the situation, and then trying to activate the resources available to us. All of a sudden, our software makes us powerful because we activate local resources. If we were about hardware, we wouldn't be as successful. We always will be behind, slow, and arriving to the people we want to help probably way too late. That's what we love to believe, that World Central Kitchen, the NGO I founded, we are successful because we believe in software, in the power of software.
So let's talk about World Central Kitchen. For those that don't know, what is it and how did it get founded?
Well, it's an organization that we believe we can change the world through the power of food. Even there are two different entities, my for-profit company, ThinFood Group, and the non-for-profit, World Central Kitchen. We share to a degree the same values. But World Central Kitchen is about bringing smart solutions through the power of food. So was founded after Haiti. Even I have long life of sharing my knowledge with different NGOs and entities. I felt after the the earthquake that hit Port-au-Prince over 8-9 years ago, that going and feeding people in the different refugee camps after many people lost their homes and thousands of deaths was the right thing to do. That moment, right then, I saw the power of food to change the world, is when I created World Central Kitchen. And since then, we have a lot of programs in Haiti than we are in other countries, around the different countries that surround the United States. And now happens that when emergencies happen, we respond to volcanoes or to earthquakes or to hurricanes. And we're slowly, without realizing, learning, but becoming very good at it.
So there's many nonprofits that are going into these places, but what makes chefs, and you specifically, more capable, able to be more resourceful even?
Well, chefs in our daily private lives, in restaurants, even restaurants, we aim always to make sure that they function like a perfect machine. Restaurants are places of certain level of chaos. I will say organized chaos, but nonetheless chaos, because not everything is following the script. Things happen, problems happen, too many people arrive at the same time, kitchen breaks, an oven breaks, a little fire here, things happen. So we behave very well in chaos because we are prepared to work under a certain level of stress, even we try to minimize it, and certain level of chaos, even we try to minimize it. I guess that we are very well prepared to respond to chaos, also in emergencies. And that's why I think chefs, that we are machines of adaptation. We are the perfect animal for Darwin explaining human adaptation to the world we live in. We can go into different disasters and somehow have a sixth sense that makes us successful under these circumstances.
So you were saying that earlier that you bring the software, you bring the knowledge to these locations, but how do you actually, you do need some hardware. What were you doing? I know in Haiti you were able to work with a lot of other kitchens. Can you tell me about that?
Well, if we can find working kitchens that their structures are okay, I always prefer that, you know, enclosed, clean, organized. But when sometimes you are in the situation that kitchens are not available, we will create kitchen camps. Obviously, still we will need some refrigeration, so we try to bring refrigerator trucks that we get donated, or we rent, or we buy, we have to. And we'll bring it there next to a generator to make sure that the truck is functioning, make sure that the kitchen has enough lights. We have these very simple kitchens that work on gas that we can do as many as we want very quickly. They're very easy to transport, so that's some hardware that sometimes we may bring with us, but comes with us almost in the suitcase. But if not, locally, usually we have very good resources of understanding who has those very simple kitchens that can be activated anywhere. So yes, at the end, always we need some hardware. But by us arriving quick on our own, our body, we are very quick in reading before by the time we arrive, we already know the resources available to us. And we already adapt to the diverse situation under those circumstances. So that's what we do. We go, but by the time we arrive, lately in hurricanes, we arrive before. So we are super prepared. But if it's an earthquake, you come from behind. If it's a fire, you come from behind. Still, I rather believe that software will win the day more than the hardware, because we can always adapt to any situation we may face.
So we've talked a lot about going into these natural disasters, but you've also been looking at humanitarian disasters and issues. World Central Kitchen has gone to Tijuana. What made you decide to do that?
Well, I think that was natural for us in more ways than one. Unfortunately, Tijuana is becoming a political conversation.
Right.
But I always keep telling people that you may be Republican, you may be Democrat, you may be a person of faith, like I am, or you may be a person that believes that that's the right human thing to do. I think if something brings Americans together, is the belief that fellow Americans, or in this case, fellow citizens of the world, especially children and mothers, should be fed. Immigrants, they've been coming to the United States of America since the beginning of America.
Right.
America has been built on the basis of many people joining. The people who were already here, the native Indian Americans, and all the people that began coming from around the world. America has shown that the melting pot of the people we are is what has made America the unique country it is. That has very strong values in understanding that we are not a perfect union, but that we always are working towards improving and getting to that perfect place in the world. Today, America embraces democracy and embraces fighting for the people that are voiceless. In Tijuana, we have men and women that unfortunately, because in their countries, they are not doing as well as they should, because their democracies maybe are not in the right place. We do believe that should be the role of America and Washington and the leadership in Washington to help the countries running America will do as good as they can. So we don't need anybody to leave their countries and their homes looking for a better world. If you're a mother and a father and your children are hungry, I'm asking anybody, what you will not do to feed your children? You will go to the end of the world to feed them. So those people in Tijuana, they've been coming here for centuries. It's nothing new. It's not a drama that we've not been able to solve before. I do believe in walls, but instead of walls of exclusion and walls of separation, in walls that creates community, in schools, in kitchens, in universities, in hospitals. If we're able to understand that those walls are the ones that gives hope to humanity for a better tomorrow, and so people don't have to be leaving their homes and coming to try to belong to America, you'll see the world will be a better place. Anyway, we need immigration. We need immigrants.
Right.
We should be working in fixing once and for all our immigration system. Businesses in America needs a strong immigration system because we are not able for many, many years to find right workers. So let's be smart. Let's not now criminalize immigrants. Let's make sure that we keep being what we are. A country that immigrants, they've been the center of the success of this country in more ways than one. That's what we're doing. That's what we're feeding people in Tijuana. Yes, this sounds political, but at the end, we're feeding the hungry. And I think Republicans or Democrats, everybody will agree that's the right thing to do.
It is. So what do you see as the future, though, for NGOs and disaster relief? How can individuals like myself or corporations like Salesforce do to help the cause, to help feed those in need? And what is the ideal future for that?
Well, it's obviously different opportunities. One is, Salesforce, without almost nobody knowing, has been one of the corporations and the people helping us. We got a big donation for World Central Kitchen, but Salesforce has been helping us before. For example, in Chico and the fires in Woolsey and Paradise. And without them, we wouldn't be able to be paying for all the things we're doing there, feeding people on Thanksgiving Day, etc., etc. And still to this day, we're still feeding people in Chico. But more important than money, even it's important, more important than money is really what I've been talking about, software. How can we create the right clouds of information of systems that an organization like us allow us to go somewhere and being able to activate a very simple but effective volunteer system of registering? How can we make sure that we understand where the kitchens are and where our delivery should go? And how we can have a system that we know where the production happens and who is the people in need of a meal? How can we be tracking our trucks or delivery cars to know where they are in case we have to reroute them because a road has been closed because of fire, or a road has been closed because water, or a road has been closed because Alahar is coming down, the volcano, and we can have real immediate answers to the problems as we face them. Can we have a perfect cloud and a system that technology allow us to know in the process of feeding people who needs medicines, who needs a blue tarp, who needs a light, who needs a solar lamp to recharge their phone during the time that the emergency lasts? Those software units is something like Salesforce. Obviously, hopefully it'll be the deeper conversation in how we can put at the service of emergencies all the amazing talent that you have within Salesforce.
That's awesome. Speaking of Thanksgiving, it really feels like you were bringing food to these people that had just undergone such horrific loss, and it made them feel seen, made them feel loved. How does that feel for you?
Well, that was not me. I mean, I was one more guy. I founded World Central Kitchen, but I tried to make sure the organization is inclusive, meaning everybody is, I feel, is taking ownership. So we got many amazing other great chefs that came, like Guy Fieri or Taylor Florence, or and everybody is welcome to come. On Thanksgiving Day alone, even we've been having hundreds of volunteers from the beginning of the fires, unfortunately. People that lost their homes, that they are volunteering. Those to me are the real heroes. On Thanksgiving Day, for example, we had more than 100 volunteers.
Wow.
On Thanksgiving Day, we had the same firemen that save hundreds of lives by putting their trucks in the middle of the fires, giving a wall of protection to the incoming fires to families that they were next to the car, the truck, or inside the trucks, putting their lives at risk to save hundreds of lives. Those same firemen were on the line serving every single Thanksgiving meal. Those to me are the amazing stories that what we see. That when there is tragedy, when there are certain situations, our best, our bravest, they're not only heroes in moments of impossible feats, impossible moments where they show their best, but then when things go relaxed, and the first day they have off, because on Thanksgiving Day, luckily, was raining. And that's very much the first day that they had of peace, that those men didn't go to their homes, or the ones that lost their homes, they didn't go to their loved ones, but they go and they volunteer on top of everything to just bring hope, one plate of food at a time on Thanksgiving Day. Those are the amazing stories that we find that when we all want together in America, everything is possible.
Well, thank you so much for everything you do and for really providing us with insight into how we can help make the world a better place and look at things in a more positive light. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching Salesforce Live at Salesforce World Tour in New York City.